Hey, Shalom, Mishal. I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and honors you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh, that's the real name of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh, and the Son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Ba meaning in, her meaning the, Sham meaning name. So Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Right, so this is from Darbu 7. It says, look at the deception, right? It says, and then you can see that is he's what's referred to as quote tweeting. Would you call it this? Other individual says the Italian mainstream media says nobody is protesting. They show the port square in Trieste as empty, but then obviously there you're seeing the video. You see basically the first thing here, you seeing the guy basically showing the news report, basically making it look like it's empty. And then he's like, but wait, there, we're all here. I mean, it's one of them ones, the clip, can't really see when that article that he's posting there showing. But yeah, I mean, you can see the difference, right? And, it's one of them ones that I, almost did a video on it on Friday, but you just don't like start a video and then you're just like nah, ends up not seeing the light of day, as they say. But that one was from Reuters, right? Which Reuters used to be a good news agency, if you will, and basically it was on this same topic, which basically was like, oh yeah, the rollout of the mandate. Nobody, it went out smoothly. But then two twos now, you looked in the in the comments to that report, and people were like, wait, this looks like it's basically peaceful to you, that everyone's just accepted it, right? And basically showing clips. So it just once again shows you how he manipulates perception, manipulates the media, right? For instance, one thing that we've discussed over here, and brothers, here once or twice, right, is he basically says that the majority of Brits have, taken the juice, right? They say like 90% of adults, right? But how do you know? How do you know for sure, right? But what we know that it will do is it will make people that, were on the fence think like, oh no, actually, I don't actually want to, I don't want to be in the minority, right? Which the scriptures talk about not following a multitude to do evil, right? This is Exodus 23:2, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment, right? Which the multitude, right, is taking this juice, right? The multitude is taking this juice, man. Whether it's 90%, we don't know, but just by purely saying 90%, right, it's going to give that perception to people who are on the fence that, okay, cool, it must be safe. I must go out and follow suit. Okay. Let's see what precepts we have here. Alright, it says Sirach 7:16, number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. Right, we don't know when the effects of this thing are going to start manifesting themselves. We don't know, right? But what we do know is to just keep the faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshua and stay as far away from that thing as possible, man. Okay, see what's in here. This is Proverbs 1:10. This is, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us look privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole, right? As those that go down into the pit, we shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our house with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us, let us have one purse. My son, walk not in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path, right? Yeah, and once again, you've got this thing where people are, oh, why don't you take it? Oh, you're never going to be able to travel again. Oh, you're not going to be able to do this. Oh, you're not going to be able to work. Oh, what about your health care? Oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? Hey, look, we just gonna have to trust in the Lord, right? In the spirit, we know something ain't right about this thing, man, in the spirit. Okay, so we got to keep, we got to keep the faith. The Lord was going to take care of us. Okay, and not follow a multitude to do evil, right? But let me get this, since the title of that clip is what it is. It's Psalm 58:3. It says, "The wicked are strange from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." Okay, so this man can do nothing but lie, right? I was kind of thinking about this man's double speak, because in another article or report or whatever, they referred to it as a quote life saving XYZ, right? And then I was thinking about that, but that's E's agenda in general, right? You've got the Ministry of Defense, that's all about attacking. All right, I was thinking about that, right? Be a Planned Parenthood. It's not about being a parent. Yeah, plans when you can be a parent. No, it's all about, what do you call it? It's all about not becoming a parent, isn't it? Okay, that's because what was one of the major things they push: contraception, abortion, and this, that, and the other. Okay, and then what you call it? Yeah, no fly zone, right? Yeah, it's slightly different on the, but that was one that I was thinking, because when he puts out that notion of a no fly zone, you kind of think, oh yeah, cool, it's just a nice peaceful thing. No, a no fly zone means you go out and you bomb a whole load of infrastructure, man. Right, that's how you set up a no fly zone. So it's all about this man and this deception and this forked tongue, right? Loads of precepts still on e-sources, Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. So this man is a liar, right? And that's all he does. And as such, we can't, especially when, he's trying to force it and coerce, everyone to go out and take this juice, right? You know, what, knowing this man's spirit, right, that he is as death, right, and cannot be satisfied, pursuant to Habakkuk the second chapter, right, knowing this man's spirit, how then can we then go and trust, you know, what he's pushing? This is Proverbs 14:15. It says, "The simple believeth every word." Right, and to believe this, man, you got to be simple. Like you got to be simple, man, to believe this man. Everything he says, you just go run and believe it, right? You got to be simple, man. Go out and going out to protest what this man's pushing, right? Yeah, hey, okay, cool. A round of applause. You've accepted that this juice ain't right, but then you're going to him to protest it, right? Or you believe that the juice ain't right, but then you're pro all of these different things and agendas that this man pushes, right? This here for us is just that, that reminder that this kingdom is done, right? I was just reading an article earlier on, basically about how the US dollar, right, rather the Biden administration is basically having to rethink how they do sanctions. Why? Because countries are starting to move away from the US dollar, right? And crypto, and quote, what was the word they use? Digital currencies, rather, right? Basically, are a way to circumvent these sanctions. So, what's that an example of? That's an example of America falling, right? So let me read that again. Proverbs 14:15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going, right? The prudent man goes, wait there, right? You basically the prudent, because the thing is, I want to give the example. You already know how these sentinels be, okay? But yeah, hey, we know, man. This is Second Ezra 9:1. He says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part the signs pass which I have told thee before." Right. So we've got prophecies, that we look out for, right? And and more they're coming to pass, right? It says, "Then shall thou understand that this is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." Okay, and we're starting to see once again when these prophecies are coming to pass, we're getting excited because we know it is but a short time left. Okay, when we saw those what do you call those what's the word I'm looking for, them lockdown orders and this, that, and the other, it was like, yo, hey, that's second Ezra 15 right there, right? It says, therefore, when they shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? And that's what you saw here in this clip. You're seeing uproars of the people in the world, right? Now, just because they're not reporting on it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? Once again, look at the deception. This is Ian is deception. This is his, his is one part of, part of the thing that he can do well is to lie on the people, to deceive the nations. Okay. It says, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right, so these things were prophesied to happen, the uproars of the people, right? People coming up against their against their leadership, right? Insurrection or whatever, what have you, right? We're starting to see more and more of that in this world, and as such we're able to see that, yo, this is almost it. So once again, just a quick one, and yeah, till the next time, we say shalom.